Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BlueMaxima and I'm here to play Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Not sure what else I have to say other than that. Sorry it's taken me so long to get this video done, but I do have a few problems sometimes with my computers and my equipment, and you know, I was on break and yeah, sorry. I do love you all, I promise. So anyway, this game is basically a kart racer. Some people would call it a Mario Kart ripoff. I would call it a game in its own right. It does deserve a bit of a unique sort of title because it's not exactly the same as Mario Kart, but it does feel like it. But it's still fun to play anyway, so I don't really give a shit. Lovely intro cutscene here. I'll just skip it, because you probably just want to see the game, to be honest. So I've put a fair bit of time into this game already. So let's just have a look around the online section for a minute. I don't know if there's going to be anybody online. I'll go to the single player events, but if there's nobody there, I'll just have to double back on a couple of custom races just to show off. Yeah, all sorts of. All right, let's just go back here for a minute. Let's go to career. Now in career you got a few modes. You got the world tour, the wheeled tour, where basically I'll just go to the one I've got unlocked. It's basically a grid of events with these little locks. You can't move any further until you've beaten an event. And there's all sorts of different events, like there's barrel races versus boost challenge, sprint, normal races. There's special characters as well, like Pudding here, that you can unlock. There's different areas you can go to via gates, which have different events. And here's Joe Musashi from Shinobi. I'm sorry. So, I'm just going to turn my brightness up a bit. See if that makes any difference to the image. Alright, so I'm just going to back out of this, because there are some different modes, but it's basically all just different types of racing. There's Grand Prix, which is, yeah, it's basically just a few races in a row. It's nothing too major. Time Attack, which is, oh, well, that's pretty obvious too. So, let's just have a look around. You see, you have the, you got 20 tracks here. Now, this game is basically a Sega retro love fest, because these are all based on some sort of Sega franchise. Like, if I just go here, Samba Studios is based on Samba de Amigo, Dragon Canyon is Panzer Dragoon, Carrier Zone is Afterburner. We got, yeah, we basically got Shibuya downtown on the right there. That's Jet Set Radio Future. Graveyard Gig, which is based on something I've never heard before in my life. Where's the one that is... Oh, never mind. But yeah, you get the idea. They're all based on different Sega IPs, and then you got download tracks down here, which is Outrun Bay. If you bought the game originally, like when it first came out, you got that. And I did, obviously. It's a cool little track, that one. But it doesn't show up anywhere in the Grand Prix. I mean, like, I know it, all the campaign, like, I can understand why. It just annoys me, that's all. And Time Attack does have ghosts to beat as well, and it does give you a trophy for beating them all. Let's just go for a single race. Let's just go for the most simple track I know of. Yeah, you got your difficulties here, which are, yeah, basically easy, medium, and hard. They do make a significant difference, but basically easy is so, well, easy. There's nothing to it really. It's so easy. You might as well just start on B or A class. Now in the World Tour, easy, medium, or hard, beating on either of those will give you all 3 stars for hard, or 2 stars for medium, or 1 star for easy. Excuse me. And when you get enough stars, you can unlock stuff like, as I showed you back there, characters and extra paths and all that. So you want to try and get as many as possible. Let's just do B class. Now here's the character selection screen. These are all the characters I've got so far, but there are a few more that I haven't unlocked, as you can see. You got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, AA, Beat, Wreck-It Ralph. Now that one, that's a cool cameo right there. Wreck-It Ralph from the Disney movie. Ulala, Mimi, BD Joe, Amy, and Amigo, and I don't even know who Danica Patrick is. I never grew up as a Nintendo fan. I never grew up as a Sega fan. I was always a Nintendo guy. No idea who Pudding is either. I'm going to guess she's something from Space Channel 5. And Alex Kidd. Metal Sonic is the first run character, and he's already starts off at like max level. But all the other characters you have to level up. When you basically, when you finish a race, your character gets XP, and more XP you get, the more you level up. The more you level up, the more of these mods you get. So as you can see on the left here, there's a few different stats. You got your speed, your acceleration, your handling, your boost, and your all-star. Speed, acceleration, and handling are pretty simple. Boost is how much speed you get when you go over a boost, and all-star is a special type of weapon in the game. I've never seen how much of an effect it has, mainly because I've been playing on characters that have really crappy all-star attacks. And the more you level up, the more of these mods you unlock. Like, see, I've got balanced and handling on Shadow. Balanced basically takes some off boost to add to acceleration, and then you got handling, which takes more off speed to add to handling. But I don't really care for either of those. Now, console mods are basically unlocked in the game as you go. They're like one of the things you can unlock through stars. Let's just go with the balanced mod. Hey, bonus chance. Okay, when you're in the game, you can pick up these little tokens, and you can just spin the slot machine, and if you get like 3 sets of fruits, you can you'll get a bonus in the race, but they're pretty rare, so you have to save them up and then use them when you really need them. Alright, so now as you can see, this is a really good looking game. This game just looks absolutely, the colours are bright, it looks really, really good. Damn it. So, alright, let's just try and describe the controls. It's hold R and, to accelerate and the analog stick. That's pretty simple to understand. Then you got, if you hold L, you start drifting. And the more you drift, the more boost power you build up. And doing more, and the longer the drift, the more powerful the boost, obviously. You press X to launch your weapons. You can hold the back on the analog stick, and you can launch it behind you. And if you press square, you can see behind you as well, so you can basically aim and fire. If you use the right analog stick, as I'm doing here, I just failed that, but if you use the right analog stick, you can do stunts, and they'll give you a little boost as you land. What I just launched as a drone is basically a homing missile, Yeah, I just went straight into a wall, don't mind me. This is snowballs, which are your basic shells. Like if I had to compare it to Mario Kart, I'd call it a shell. Just reverse long shot, sweet. Although I ran into a wall while trying to do it. Okay, now here comes the cool bit of this game. You transform into different vehicles. Like, I'll play the level based on Skies of Arcadia after this, because it's the best one for showing off vehicle transformations. But yeah, this is, you turn into a boat in this one. And you can drift in it as well. Okay, this is a glove. You use it, and if you use it at the right time, you'll pick up anything that's thrown at you, like weapons. Useful little thing. Alright, so that's a pretty simple race. That's a pretty simple track as well. Let's move on to something a little more difficult. Oh hey, I got a trophy, sweet. Alright, so that's a sticker. Stickers are basically, think of them as achievements. You can stick them to your license, and other players online will see the stickers on it. It's okay, And a lot of the stickers that you'll get, like in your first 3 runs of the game, will get you bronze trophies. So I have like 23 bronze trophies in this game right now. It's so silly. Nevertheless, Let's see if I can remember which one of these. I think it's this one, actually. No, I don't think it's that. I'm just looking for the one that's based on Skies of Arcadia, because that's a really good track. That's Panzer Dragoon. Dream Valley, no. Oh yeah, Dream Valley, I think that's based off Knights. I'll find it eventually. Come on, where is it? Yeah, Adler's Lair, that's a Golden Axe one. I actually like that one. Shibuya, Summer de Amigo. I don't remember which one it is. It's not Temple Trouble, because that one's based on Super Monkey Ball. Alright, I'll try Dragon Canyon, just to see if this is the one I'm thinking of. Nope, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Whoop. Twister flips you for less time. The Twister is an in-game weapon. If you get hit with it, your controls get reversed. And there's a bonus as well if you, Yeah, this is the Panzer Dragoon track, but if you manage to survive a Twister without hitting anything, you get a sticker for it and a trophy, which is pretty nice. Hello, Metal Sonic. Okay, the one thing I have to commend Sega for is the overall quality of all the tracks is often in the high ranges. These tracks are really good. They're lots of fun to race on. And most of, well, not most, but a fair few of the tracks actually completely change as you go through them lap by lap. So a couple of tracks are actually completely different on every single lap you do. It's really nice. Keeps the game fresh. Feels a lot better than most Mario Karts. Alright, that's a blowfish. Throw it out in front of you if you like, or put it down. It's basically like a banana in Mario Kart. But yeah, all the tracks in this game feel really nice to play on. And I never get bored of it. I never get bored of the track designs, because they always look really nice. I think Mimi just caught my... Yep. Should have seen that coming. Music's pretty good too. That's a swarm. Basically, you put them out in front of you and try and get other people to hit it. If you see it in front of you, you're pretty much screwed because they're really, really dense. Whoops. Yeah, but all the tracks in this game are really well designed. And some of them have made me even think about actually looking at some of the games that I missed. Okay, Hot Rod. This one's interesting. Press the X button, and you get this giant thing on the back of you. You got to blow it up, otherwise you lose all your speed at the end. So it's a really risky thing to do. But if you blow it up while you're next to an enemy, they'll actually spin out and take a bit of damage. Okay, now this is where this track gets cool. Oh, here we go. Airplane time. You can even drift in midair with the planes, and you'll get boost power and all that. It's a bit ridiculous to drift in midair, but you know, I'm not going to complain. It's actually kind of fun to do, and you can do stunts as well, but it's more for doing something like this. Just basically just dodging the way out of something. Dodging out of the way of something. Took me a while to realise what I was trying to say there, I'm sorry. You gotta be careful not to miss the rings too, because if you miss them, it's like by a couple of pixels, you'll end up going off track. All right, so that was the Panzer Dragoon track. I think I'll go and have a go, see if I can find that Skies of Arcadia one again. Most of this game can be controlled with the touch interface, but considering that you don't use touch once you actually get in a race, there's really no point to it. Alright, so let's have a look for this goddamn... It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. That's the one I was just on. Alright, it might be Rogue's Landing. Shadow. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. I'm pretty dumb. Alright, extra boost. Sweet. Skies of Arcadia. If you want to show off how cool of a game this can be to like your friends, show them this track, because this track, it's not completely off the wall like some of the other tracks. It's pretty held back, but you can show off all three transformations on this one course. And all the characters actually do handle differently. If they have different stats, then they will handle, like, some will be easier to steer, some will have massive speed. It really is, those stat screens don't mean nothing, is what I'm trying to say. Ouch. Whee! Aww. Well, there's actually something else I wanted to talk about, mainly IGN. Alright, yeah, that's a kind of weird thing to bring up out of nowhere, but yeah, I want to talk about how IGN rated this game, because they said that they had troubles with frame rate issues and some bugs. Now, I do not agree with that in the slightest. The game runs at a really good frame rate. Like, every single race I've played, I haven't had any trouble with frame rate. I have no idea what they're talking about. And not to mention that they said there were some bugs. The only bugs I found are one or two where sometimes I'll go out of the race and I'll have to respawn, but it was basically right on the edge, so it could be forgiven for that. And then one time where I hit the wall so hard I passed right through it. It was like it was a Grand Prix race, and next thing I know, I hit one of these blue arrow walls that directs you where to go, and I ended up passing through the wall, and I couldn't win the event. But other than that, there have been absolutely no bugs in my experience, and the frame rate has been perfect. So, I don't know why IGN gave the game a lower score than the console versions because of that, because it doesn't exist. They're pretty much lying. I don't understand why. Oh, by the way, this is where it gets cool. You spend almost the entire third lap of this course in the air. The entire road gets destroyed, ships are flying everywhere. It's just awesome. You can fly pretty much... Well, you can't fly pretty much anywhere because the game is kind of strict in where you can fly, but it doesn't matter as much as you would think. Just, you know, stay on the straight and narrow and you'll be fine. Woo! Dodge. Also giant mines in midair. Yep, leveled up, so I unlocked a speed mod. That's alright. I think the max level is 6, so I can get to level 5 and then you level up to level star after that. Don't get any more XP or anything, so if you want to level up a bunch of characters, you have to keep switching between them. Although it's not that much of a problem. Alright, I'm going to try a multiplayer race next, but I just want to show off one of my favourite courses first. I just need to find it. I think it was this one. I'll make this one hard on myself. And my speed mod right there. Also got a console mod. Yeah. I'll just stick with balanced. Alright, so what are my opinions on the game itself, on the single player portion of it? Brilliant. Well, it's not really brilliant, but it's a good throwback to old Sega properties. Like oh Christ. Like you know, Sonic the Hedgehog and Jet Set Radio, and pretty much everything is well represented. Everything has its own cool little track. I don't have a problem with any of it. It's really nice. Also, I think I just knocked someone off the edge there. Sweet. The driving handles really well. The items are really enjoyable to play with. The single-player content is very... well, it's not absolutely huge, but there is a fair amount of content here if you just want to play by yourself. Because, you know, you got the time trials and you got the... You got the time trials, you got the World Tour... You got the single races, you got the Grand Prix. It's not too bad. And then, of course, you saw the thing about, oh, crap. Yeah, and you saw what you could do in multiplayer. I'm going to try and get that working after this race. I hope you can see why this is one of my favourite courses, though. It's so bloody colourful. Woo, boosties! Also, this is one of those courses that tend to completely change layouts over the course of a lap or two, which is pretty damn nice. Yep, on the second lap, you get to start flying in asteroids. Ooh, I have All-Star. All-Star basically gives you somewhat limited control of your ship. I think it puts you at max speed. I can't really tell. I mean, like, it might be different for different characters, but I just can't tell. And off the edge I go again. Like the moron that I am. At least I've got something that'll let me catch up with Sonic and... God damn it. Alright, here's the final lap. This entire little bit here has changed. It's just one giant straightaway and then, oop, tornado. And then it turns into a giant magneto thing and you go around in the tunnel and it's awesome and yeah. Gotcha, Sonic. Also, these robots here try to slow you down. They're annoying. Alright, well that was pretty simple. But yeah, if you're just looking for a single-player kart racer, this is pretty damn good. Feel free to pick it up. It's actually budget price. It's $30 US or your regional equivalent. It's really good. I don't have a problem with it. Let's see if I can get a multiplayer match working, shall we? Let's say I play Arena. Capture the Chow. No, you can invite your friends, obviously. Let's see if there's anybody in the Lucky Dip. Nobody here either. Oh, well, that's a shame. I wonder if those custom games will work. Let's say I tried to play Battle Arena. Oh, there's a few arenas. That's cool. Let's say Rooftop Rumble, because I get the idea this is based on Jet Set Radio Future. Options. So if I press start, I guess you can't do it with bots. That's a shame, really. Because it'd be nice if you could do it with bots, you know, because there's never seems to be any multiplayer communities for this for these sort of games. I'll give it one more try in matchmaking. Just gotta love Amigo back there shaking his maracas. Well, it appears that there's gonna be no multiplayer footage. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that these games seem to die out so quickly. I mean, like, this game's only been out for a month or so, and it's already dead. I wonder if I can do it in ad hoc. Apparently you can't. Alright, well, that's the end of that. That's a shame. Alright, so my final opinions. This game, as a single-player game, is really good. It has plenty of content, lots of characters and stuff to unlock, and lots of tracks to race on. The AI is pretty decent. Multiplayer, though, is pretty much dead. So, not much of that is going to be happening, unless somebody on the Vita subreddit or something wants to arrange a night of Sonic and Sega. It's really a shame, though. So yeah, basically buy it. Good racing game. I have no problems with it. In fact, the more people that buy it, the more people we might get back on the multiplayer. This has been BlueMaxima.